Girl, what's in your closet? I'm going through a major closet edit, okay? And what I mean is I am going through everything that I have and I'm separating what needs to go, what needs to stay. And this is like my third time doing it, okay? This is how much I am getting rid of. And yeah, I'm going to need another trash bag to kind of separate that so I can actually get it out of the house. I did that full closet edit and I got rid of all that baggage, all those things that no longer fit me, all the things that, even if it did fit me, it's no longer my style. It doesn't work for me, all of that good stuff. So I ended up with 3 bins. This is the clothes from that one little bin right here. And what's left up here, I literally had to go through and again to say, hey, there's some little stragglers here. I did a lot of cleaning. I did a lot of, going through, looking at every piece and parting ways with it. But some, I was just like, look, I like the texture. I like how it looks. I like, the color. I have something else that matches this color, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't fit how it is with our lives sometimes. Sometimes we recognize the baggage and it takes us a minute to pack up everything, to put everything up. And then there are sometimes we leave some things behind. Some things we know is no longer serving us. Some things we know we should just get rid of, but there are different reasons why we want to hold on to stuff. I know for so long, the reason why I had that many clothes that I needed to give away was because I felt like, okay, if I give all these things away that I don't really like and don't really like to wear, and it's just no longer my taste, I'm not going to have nothing left. Even if I don't like it that much, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to hide it. I might not care for this shirt that much, but if I throw this blazer on it and if I put these shoes with it and if my makeup is the bomb and my hair is tight, it can kind of take away from the fact that this thing is not serving me. It's not really cute. It's not really a good look on me. It's not, because what else am I going to have? And sometimes we can do that with relationships that we need to let go of. Hey, I know this is not a good look on me. I know this is not serving me. I know that he or she is not helping me get towards my purpose, but I'm not ready to part ways with it because who else am I going to have? Who else am I going to have in my life? So I settle and I keep these things instead of branching out and saying, hey, I might have less in my closet, right? But at least I'm going to have quality. I'm going to have the quality things that I like. I'm going to have the things that look good on me. I'm going to have the things that when I put it on, I feel comfortable. I feel confident that I can, confidently go in my closet and make this selection. And then I don't even have to wear it as it is. I find out that what I kept, even though it doesn't seem like it's a lot, it has multiple purposes. It can be flipped and rocked with jeans and with a skirt and with a blazer and without a blazer. I can tie it this way. I can flip it that way. Finally let go of the things in relationships that are draining our energy, that are prohibiting us from reaching the goals that we have. We begin to set boundaries. We set boundaries there to ensure that what's going on with them, because what may be happening may be seasonal, what may be happening with them, we don't really always know. But when you set the proper boundaries there, you can ensure that whatever they're going through, you continue to stay on the path that you're supposed to. Talking about someone's having a bad moment, that you just get rid of them. But you have to protect what you value. We value things. We value clothes so much. We'll put our clothes up and our shoes up in boxes and make sure that they are protected. We'll hang our clothes up. It's certain things and certain instructions that come on our clothes. And it may say, hey, because of this type of material, you can't just wash that. You have to hand wash that. You have to take that to the cleaners. You can't just throw that in your dryer in your house. And, so you can't be lazy. You can't, say, hey, I don't feel like going this. I don't feel like paying money. I already have a washer and dryer. But this requires this type of care. And so when we really care about things and we really invested in it, because now we value it a lot because of how much it costs, so when you look at the cost of your joy, when you look at the cost of your peace, when you look at the cost of, your purpose, and you look at your value and you really value yourself, that a part of your core values is valuing yourself, your peace, your emotional stability, your health, your purpose, the goals that you have in life, because they help you to fulfill your God-fulfilled purpose. You're going to make sure that, the things and the instructions that the Lord give you, that you are going to be mindful of doing them. And some of those instructions are to take inventory of what is in our lives. What baggage do we have? What have we held on to because we felt like we weren't going to have anything else left? Why are you holding on to it? Sometimes you have to ask yourself those questions, and then don't just let the thought drop. Sometimes you have to write it down. Why am I holding on to this? I had to ask myself today, like I said, this is the second closet edit. You thought that after I fill that whole big black trash bag full of clothes that I say, okay, that's it. But no. I said, I knew within the back of my mind, before I take this and before I get rid of this baggage, let me go back one more time. Let me go back one more time and let me make sure, okay, that I have everything gone. All right. Because sometimes you miss things, just like a movie. You may watch something and you're like, oh, that was a good movie. But then you watch it again and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't catch that. I didn't see that. And so sometimes you have to take inventory over your life. As it is in the natural, so is it in the spirit. I had to go back to these bins, okay, and go back in. And when I looked again, I was like, I don't really want this. Why did I keep that? I don't really want this. I tried it on again. It was like, yeah, no. I had in my mind, oh, I love the texture. I love how this looked. This would look good with my fox leather pants, some boots or whatever, this, that, and the other. Took a look at this thing again, put it on again, and said, nah, it's not working. So what else could I possibly have that's hidden that I'm holding on to because I like the idea of it, I like the look of it, but it's not serving me? Something else I've been holding on. It's super cute, but at the end of the day, it's just not serving me. Even when I first got it, you ever get into some things that when you first got it that it wasn't for you, but you took it anyway? That's how I felt when I actually bought the sweater. I was like, this is super cute. I love the color. It's at my price point, and I'm gonna rock this. I'm just gonna get it. And sometimes when it comes to purchasing things, you want to make sure that you're not purchasing things and being impulsive. I have money and this is this. I like one little detail on it. So I'm going to get it based off of that one little detail. And what that one little thing was for me was the balloon sleeves. I love a good balloon sleeve, but the shoulder went too far down. So it made me kind of look frumpy in the shoulders, but I loved the balloon sleeve. So I had to have it for that balloon sleeve. And now look, it's winding up in the pile of baggage to be thrown out. Sometimes we have to recognize those red flags and what we see the first time. So we're not collecting things that are not serving us, that is not our style, that we don't love, and that is naturally. We'll see something, we'll hear something, we'll go into jobs, we'll go into positions, we'll go into opportunities that you really don't want to go into because you saw one thing about that opportunity that you felt would serve you. Maybe it was a salary, maybe it was the connections, maybe you felt like it's going to lead me to this place. You took the opportunity for the potential of something to happen that you don't even know may or may not happen. And so when you're going in stores and you're purchasing stuff, you want to be intentional. You don't want to get the jeans that you don't love, that you don't like how it fits you, but you like the distress pattern on the jeans. No, because now you've limited your wardrobe. Now I have to only wear certain things to hide the top because it's not giving my body type the shape. Even when you see stuff on other people, you'll see things and there's all these different boutiques and all of that. And so you have the different models modeling and you're like, oh my goodness, that's so beautiful, that's so pretty, but you don't consider your shape. You don't consider if you're apple, if you don't consider your Coke bottle, you don't consider if you don't have hips, or if you have a lot of hips, or if you have a smaller chest. That shirt was the bomb, but on somebody that has either smaller or bigger chest area, those pants look cute on somebody who has this particular shape. Instead of you feeling bad and saying and demonizing your body shape and not loving the beautiful curves or the way that God created you, you're going through all these changes. You're getting stuff and putting stuff in your closet that's actually causing you to be depressed. You're getting things that's causing you to feel like, oh, my body isn't right, and all these other things, instead of taking inventory, looking at what you have, looking at your build, looking at what's going to work for you, and saying, hey, I'm not going to always build my style off of what somebody else has. I'm not going to compare. I'm not going to get it just because they look good on them. I'm going to get things that I feel comfortable in, so that I'm not bringing things into my life that's adding to negative thoughts, that's adding to turning myself down because I got something and I didn't consider whether or not it was for me. We're no longer going to shop in the natural and spiritually connect and get with things because of one little thing that we like, but we're going to make sure that it fits us. We're going to make sure that it serves our purpose. Look through my life. What is frustrating me? Why am I frustrated? Even in the natural, when I go in my closet, why am I frustrated? Why do I feel like I don't have anything to wear? Why do I keep buying stuff that I don't like? Why do I keep buying stuff, am I shopping impulsively? Do I really love this? Am I willing to part ways with some of these things? It's not about how much you have in your closet, but it's about having things that make you feel beautiful. It's about having things that make you feel comfortable. And that first starts on the inside, because once you value yourself, once you are okay with how you look, how you're built, how God has created you, it's going to be a reflection of your choices. And when you shop as well, it's going to flow into every area of your life. And so now, instead of shopping based upon a trend or based upon what somebody else likes, because you value yourself, because you have set with yourself, you know what works for you. Now, the pieces even in your closet are going to reflect you. You're not going to no longer just settle for things, settle for people, settle for opportunities, settle for jobs, settle for spouses, because you just like one thing, but you ignored everything else about it that you knew just didn't look good. Oh, but the sleeves look good. But I like these sleeves. Instead of waiting until you found another shirt. Because see, sometimes we want things now. We want it now. We want it now. And impatience costs. When you are patient and you say, hey, I like the sleeves on this, but I'm not going to settle for this because the whole thing is just not what I like. It's not what I like. Now, some people are skilled with sewing. Some people say, I don't like this, but I have a sewing machine and I could take in that waist. I could bring up those shoulders and this, that, and the other. And so that would be to the people who have grace to be able to deal with certain situations. Some people just have the grace to tailor some things in their life and to deal with some things in their life. And they're led to certain things and to certain people because they are agents of change. So they get in there, but they know that they're being sent into that place or into that relationship, or they've been presented that opportunity because God is using them to cut some things, and tailor some things so that it can be shaped in a way that fits the body of Christ, right? But there's some things that we have been choosing for ourselves that we know don't serve us. Instead of being patient and saying, hey, I'm going to wait, even if it's a month from now. I might go into another store. I might see something online and it's going to fit my shoulders the way I want it to fit. It's going to fit my waist and it's going to have the details that I want as well. I'm not going to just settle for one thing. And so just because you can tailor and just because you can cut things don't mean that you always have to do it. Trying to fix everything after you've got it to fit you. Just wait till you get something that when you get it, it works for you. And even if you do have to cut off a little bit, listen, it won't be that much. because now you have all this material gone to waste, and it could have went to somebody who it fit. All right. We're going to declutter. We're going to get rid of those things that we've been holding on for a long time. We're no longer going to settle in our lives and get pieces just because, like this piece right here. I absolutely love this. I love the detail of the bottom part. I love, the little V-neck or whatever, and I knew it was too small. I knew it was kind of too small, but I was like, I'm gonna lose weight. I'm losing my weight. So sometimes you have things that you put in your closet that you're like, that's a gold shirt. That's my gold jeans. That's going to force me to get down. That's going to force me to, eat differently. And, when you set certain goals, it's good, but you have to make sure that you're actively doing that, because guess what? Then you'll have a bunch of gold clothes. You'll have a bunch of goals just sitting there because you've just put them away. You've just written them down. You just putting that shirt away. You just put that jeans away that you said they're your goals, but you still living and eating the same way that you could fit this, even though this is smaller too, and I'm getting down, and that shirt is actually loose on me, but y'all get the point. You have all these different goals that's just sitting in your paper, just sitting in your journal, just, gold shirts, gold blazers, gold, but what are you doing? Because then you have to remember, you have all these other things that you keep purchasing that you can fit now, that fit you now, where you are now. Okay, the way you are now, this distracting you from the outfits and the pants and the clothes that you want to get that's at your goal weight. So that means, hey, I need to stop doing things that keep me comfortable at the weight that I am, because I have a goal. I have a goal. Granted, some more of these things are going to have to go. Granted, because things have been cut off from my life, I'm going to have some of these things tailored so that they can fit me. And as it is in the natural, so is it in the spirit. When we have those goals, when we have those things, we aren't to let them just sit there. We aren't to keep just settling and staying in these paths where we say, hey, I'm no longer looking for that, but I'm still keeping that all around me. I need my life to align with what I'm saying. I need my life to align with the future that I have. I need everything in my life to be readjusted. The way that I eat, as it in the natural, it is in the spiritual. The way, how am I eating spiritually? Am I praying? Am I spending time in the word of God? The word of God says that man cannot live bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. If I have a goal, then I need to eat right. If I have somewhere that I need to go, and some things that I want to do, some places that I know the Lord wants me to fit into, I need to make sure that I'm doing those things spiritually within my house to make sure that I'm ready for it, or else it's just going to sit. It's just going to sit. The purpose of this is to be worn. The purpose of this is to be worn. But if I continue in the same habits and things that I have, I'll never fit what I know that I desire to wear. I'll never fit what I desire, fit the places that I desire to be in, because I'm not doing the work internally to get there and to position myself. Some things, like I'm looking at some things, like I said, I'm already seeing a bunch of stuff now, brought it, never, ever, ever wore it. Took a picture in it. Come on now, took a picture in it, but ain't never wear it in real life. How many of us do that? Wear stuff for pictures and stuff, and like, oh, this is what I would put together. But honey, in real life, you're not really applying it. I love the style. I love how this looks. See, when you put it on, you just like, oh, no, I can't let it go. And that's how it is. Look, we're going to keep on driving this thing. That's how it is with some of the people in your life. Oh, he's so cute, though. I know that I'm settling. I know that I don't need this in my life. Okay. But I'm going to just hold on to it in case it get better one day. I'm going to hold on. Listen, the seams are not going to bust out, and material is not going to add to this thing, and it's going to get longer. It's just not. It's just not. You have to just recognize for you when it's not for you. No matter how many different jeans I try to put this on with, no matter how many ways I try to style this, it's still going to be too short for me. Even when I was way smaller, it just didn't fit me the way that I wanted to fit. But I continued to settle with it year after year after year since 2017. But 2022, it's got to go. What I started off with was a whole full bin. But guess what? I feel that I've now made room for the things that I love. By the time winter comes around, anything that I pick out of my closet, I'm going to love. Anything that I put on and that I choose, I'm going to love. I'm going to feel comfortable. I'm going to feel confident because these are the things that fit me. I've tried them on again. If I second guess, I really thought about not what I could do to make me like it, but if by itself, when I put it on, I feel good. I love how it looks. It speaks to my style. Some of these pieces I've literally had for years. I'm going to be doing a video on like talking about the oldest things that I have in my closet. Okay. You just got some style tips, how not to be buying impulsively. Don't just settle with that shirt, that dress, or that shoe. Don't get something that you're like, where am I? No, I know where I'm going. I know my life. I know my lifestyle. I know my desires. I know what I like to look like. I know my identity. I know my body shape. I know my body type. I value me, and I want everything to align with who I am and the things that I already had, or when I'm slowly building up to something new, and I set those things in my closet, or I set those things in my mind, because I know that I'm going to be shedding off some weight naturally and spiritually. I'm not just going to let it sit and be distracted by everything else that is around that I can fit comfortably, that will still fit me when I get down here. Might need a little bit of alterations, might be okay. But I'm not going to let the fact that I have so many other things that I can do and settle with that I'm going to ignore my goal. Okay? So, girl, look at what's in your closet. Let me know in the comments how this blessed you, what things you took from this, what you're letting go, what you're releasing, what you're no longer settling with, how you're going to go about shopping now. Don't be scared. Go through some of those things. Go through some of them shoes too. Okay, are you ready to let it go? All right, let me know. Be blessed.